It's Sunday, folks. You know what that means. It's time for your weekly episode of Gravel Road Therapy with Dog Bite Harris. And I'll be your host today. I'm Dog Bite Harris. What's up, you fucking fuckers? So once again, I lied. You probably see me on Sunday, but it is actually Thursday. And, I'm doing a little extra shit for work this week. I'm doing a little training in Pendleton, Oregon. Home Pendleton whiskey for all you folks out there watching the goddamn Cowboys whiskey of choice, fucking Pendleton, home of the Roundup Let her buck. So, actually, you know what? I fucking really love Pendleton, man, and let me tell you why. It's kind of filled with fucking cowboys and fucking dickheads, but at the same time, there's a lot of cool motherfuckers over in Pendleton, man. And, they got fucking like 3 fucking pod dispensaries, which is fucking cool for Morrow and Umatilla County because nobody in this area wants to open their fucking mind up yet and fucking admit the fact that marijuana has many of benefits and that it is not nearly as fucking terrible as alcohol or other drugs or fucking the Zoloft or the fucking Valium or the fucking Oxys or the Vicodin or the fucking goddamn gabapentin that fucking doctors shove up your ass every week to fucking make you feel better about your fucking shitty ass fucking life. So that's how I feel about that. They also got the Great Pacific. Got some great fucking breweries with some great fucking, great selection of some good IPAs and beers. Good restaurants. You know, it ain't all that bad. I ain't a fucking big Roundup advocate, but it's just because I don't really like the board's policies and how they run it. It's like a real weird cult kind of thing they've got going on there, but it is what it is, man. Pendleton's actually becoming a pretty cool town. They've got some solar panels at the end of town now, a bunch of them on the hill, and like half the community's all like, they're an eyesore. You need fuck clean energy. We need more fucking clean burning coal, as Donald Trump would say. Yeah, they'll fucking bitch because they want to shut the fucking coal fire plant down and fucking throw a fucking fit about that. And then they'll turn around and bitch because they fucking put solar panels up because it's an eyesore. They put it on a fucking hill where everything is dead 365 days a year. They didn't fucking put it on a national monument. They didn't fucking put these fucking panels on a beautiful fucking ass piece of land. They put it on a fucking hill that is fucking dead and ugly and a fucking eyesore in itself. So get the fuck over it, you fucking pussies. Fucking conservative fucking snowflakes. Anyway, so I was over there, I was doing a training for work, and goddamn, something's dead. Something stinks out there. There's like this fucking highway. Actually, every highway in eastern Oregon that I've been on is like a holocaust of dead fucking animals. Like, I've seen coyotes. I saw a big buck on the side of the road dead. You know, lots of does, some raccoons, fucking birds. Yeah, it's like a totem. It's like a Holocaust totem pole out there. Totem pole Holocaust. I don't know how you'd say that, but Just fucking animals committing suicide. And speaking of suicide, actually, that's what I was doing that's what I was doing this week for work, man. Most of you guys know that I work at a mental health facility when I'm not playing fucking country singer. Fucking, you know, that's how I pay my bills. That's how I pay for things for Ruckus a lot of the times, you know. And I mentioned that a few times on the show, that that's how I make my money. Is I'm a residential associate, or a qualified mental health associate at a mental health facility. So basically, I just am a caretaker for mentally ill folks. I distribute medications and make meals and take them places and just hang out with them. It's a fucking mentally draining job, but I really like it. At the same on the same end of that coin, you know, when I started doing it, I didn't really know I wanted to do it, you know. I was pumping gas. Me and Claire had just got together, and Paige had just kind of started, like, considering me her dad. So, like, I knew that pumping gas and touring, you know, because I would go out on the road, I'd come back, I'd get a shitty gas station job, because you can always get a shitty gas station job, and I'd pump gas, and get by on the minimum, play gigs on the weekends, and do whatever, plan fucking little week popper tours out to fucking Seattle and Portland and little towns and shit, and then I would fucking, but yeah, so I'd make that a cycle pretty much. And when I hooked up with Claire, I went back to work at the gas stations, and I fucking knew right then and there that fucking that it wasn't gonna cut the mustard. I couldn't raise a kid and pump gas. So a friend of mine, Mr. Blackwater Dern, who is no longer in the mental health field because it's challenging as fuck, but he helped me get a job at a mental health facility in Hebner, and they were gracious enough to take a chance on me. I worked there for 5 years, and then now I'm kind of fucking got burnt out at that place and walked off. So now I'm at another place. It's a little less secure, so the residents have a lot more freedom. You don't have to tell them what to do as much, which is actually nice. So it's kind of like a halfway house for mentally ill people, really. But anyways, they sent me to go do this training. They call it SIS training, which is it's a fuck, I can't remember what it calls. It's suicide prevention. Teaches you how to prevent suicides and recognize signs, and a lot of it's kind of common sense stuff, but it's a class. It's pretty fucking intense. Last time I took it, I didn't fucking like it at all. I felt like a lot of the people in there were just like trying to tune their fucking high school drama fucking skills, and doing a bunch of role playing and acting, and like fucking, I didn't feel like anybody was taking that shit serious. There was a fucking goddamn, you know, and I thought there was gonna be one here, because there always seems to be, maybe, but like, there always seems to be one that's like the super religious one, and God is the fucking answer to everybody, you know. And luckily, that's not what these guys teach. They shut those fucking guys down a lot, and it pisses them off. It's like, dude, like, you can't just be like, Jesus will fucking save you. Like, it's not where these guys' fucking frame of mind is at, you know. But it's actually pretty cool, because there was a youth pastor there today, and he was like talking about how he supports assisted suicide, which kind of blew my mind, because most of the time those religious nut jobs are, and not saying he's a nut job, and not saying every Christian person is, but most of the time, if you're super religious, at least enough to devote yourself to a whole youth program, that you are gonna have some strong feelings about suicide, you know. And he said that he thinks that, you know, that shouldn't be considered suicide. There's a lot's changed in the last 5 years. That was the last time I took it, and it's pretty cool because people don't look at like assisted suicide as so terrible anymore. You know, it's not as taboo to say, hey, this dude's suffering, he's gonna die, his quality of life is absolute shit, and he wants to fucking die, let's help him fucking die peacefully so he can go out on his own terms, you know, basically. Nobody likes to have to be taken care of. I mean, most people don't anyways. And people don't like to be in fucking pain. Why would you want to fucking suffer? But anyways, pretty intense class, you know. It always wakes up demons in people too, you know. And goddamn, I'll tell you what, man. Today I realized how many fucking people I know that have fucking committed suicide, and that's a goddamn lot, man. And I'll tell you what, like, every fucking reason was for fucking different ones, man. Like, I had a friend commit suicide over a girl. I had a friend commit suicide because his medication was off and he was mentally ill and he went manic. And then I've known a person that was terminally ill, that his quality of life was absolutely shitty, so he fucking committed suicide. And let's see, I knew an older gentleman that committed suicide just because he was old and he was tired of living. I mean, my mom had a friend that just fucking, he wasn't even old, but he was just tired of living. You know what I'm saying? Like, he fucking didn't like life. He wasn't even like, he wasn't sad by any means. He just didn't fucking like life. But the one thing that they all had in common is they all took their life by a gun, though. This seems to be popular, I guess. It's quick and easy, and cheap. It's messy, though. But anyways, I don't know, man. We talked about suicide once. The one thing I want to tell you guys, man, is like, when you're looking at the stereotypical suicide, I hope that you guys can reach out to somebody. And if you're watching this, I'll tell you right now, if you're watching this, I probably care about you enough to have you reach out to me. I have resources. I take training on it. You know, every few years I take training on this. I get resources, numbers, like people that can help you more so than me, because I'm just like the first line of defense, really, you know. Like, I can talk to you, I can help you out. Like, I'll tell you what, some people think I'm a fucking arrogant fucking prick and that I'm pretty jaded, and that's fucking true, but I'll tell you what, I'm a pretty good listener when I know I need to be. So, anybody out there that's feeling fucked up, dude, and feeling down, just fucking hit me up, man, because we can talk about this, and I can try to get you some fucking help. I would much rather be there and have you guys know that I am a person that you can turn to, and I'll do anything I can, but then have you guys go and end your life, because even though things are bad now, they could get better, you know? And especially people with kids and family, you know? Sometimes it seems like nobody gives a shit, But I think if people just... Another thing too is people don't fucking feel like they can talk about this. Suicide and mental illness is still very... it's still a very fucking untalked about topic. A lot of cultures still, like, you know, want men, especially, like, not taking anything away from women, because I don't know the statistics, but I think that women are probably, their suicide rate of women is probably pretty close to men. But, I mean, I think, like, the standards to be a man in most cultures is to be as tough as you can be and to not fucking be a pussy about things, you know? And the fact of the matter is just because you have a mental illness doesn't mean you're less of a man, or it doesn't mean you're a fucking pussy. Mental illness is not... It is not self-inflicted. I mean, it can be in some cases, but still, even if it is, who cares? Because if it's self-inflicted by means of things that people do on an everyday basis, like drinking and whatever, you know. And one of the most common misunderstandings is it could happen to anybody, and it could happen at just about any time. I think most commonly it happens before you're 30. But it could happen. No rhyme or reason. You could have a fucking family member that's not, you know, and you could have your daughter go schizophrenic tomorrow and have no past family members with it. It's not always hereditary, you know. So. And parents, man, watch for these signs with your fucking kids. It doesn't mean you're a bad parent if your kid has got fucking mental problems. Don't try to fucking hide it. Don't ignore it. Help your fucking children. Because I'll tell you this much right now, some of my friends that committed suicide, it could have fucking been prevented. It could have fucking been prevented, I think, early on, if somebody would have recognized the fact that they had a form of mental illness and they got them the help, not even the right meds, you know, because nowadays everybody's like, meds, fucking, there's got a fucking pill for everything, but not even necessarily meds, because I'm not pro-medicating every problem, but just help. Understanding how it works is a lot of the fucking battle, man. Embracing it. You know, that's a friend of mine that's mentally ill said that his therapist told him, you have to embrace it. You have to embrace your illness. It's your fucking demon. It's your fucking, you use it as your source of power. Flip that shit on people, you know? You don't use it as don't view it as a weakness, view it as something that makes you stronger. And I know that's hard to say, it's easier said than done, and trust me, man, a battle with depression, and I've got my own share of issues, but they're definitely not nearly as bad as most people that are considered mentally ill. But goddamn, man, this turned into a real fucking gravel road therapy session, man. But just know, man, like, there's nothing wrong with being mentally ill. There's nothing wrong with being depressed. there's nothing wrong with being, I mean, there's something wrong with being suicidal, but, like, you can talk about this shit. Fuck, if we don't start talking about it, fuck suicide, I don't got a goddamn statistic in front of me, but I'm certain it's gotta be at an all-time high. When fucking the dude when Chris Cornell fucking committed suicide, I said that too. Like, it's gotta be at an all-time high right now. So yeah, there's support out there, man. Hit me up if you fucking get that way. I don't want, it's a weird fucking world we're living in right now, and with how people treat each other, we definitely should be accepting to help people and hear people out and understand new things, and one of those things that we need to start understanding better is mental illness. I think it could prevent a lot of things if we did, a lot of bad things. But anyways, you guys all fucking rule. I've got some badass shows coming up. We're doing our fourth annual Ruckus Raiser. I looked it up the other day. I was wrong last week. Fourth annual Ruckus Raiser at Bucknum's Tavern. The date is November 22nd or 24th. I can't remember exactly which one. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And we will be at Bucknum's Tavern. It'll be myself, Travis Bellamy, Jake Roy, and last but certainly not least, the star child of Morrow County, Mr. Corey Peterson, will be coming out to help us raise some money. This is a thing we do every year for Christmas. We raise a little money for the neighborhood center and another charity of our choice. So you donate a little money at the door, bring an unwrapped new toy. You get in for free. We're doing an ugly sweater party. Mine came in the mail today. I'm not going to be showing you guys it, but it is a beaut. It is a fucking beaut. Got a goddamn good ugly sweater. And then, a couple weeks after that, I'm heading up to Tacoma. My home away from Homa. Fucking Tacoma. Not Oklahoma, but Tacoma. My home away from Homa. So, super stoked about that. We will be at the Airport Tavern after a mix-up. We're supposed to be at the Plaid Pig, but we're at the Airport Tavern now. Big thanks to Dano for helping us out and helping us rearrange everything. For those of you guys that want to know why I'm heading up there, because last week all I said was I'm going up there for business. Sorry, it's getting fucking dark. It doesn't look like it is on there, but it's fucking kind of dark. But if you guys want to know why I'm going up there, you can go listen to the first episode of Double Talking with Dogbite, which is going to be a segment that I start doing where I record my phone call with somebody and do like a little interview. And on this week's episode was Mr. Billy Hood, and he fucking flipped the script on me and drilled me about some ruckus shit. So if you guys want to know what's going on and why I'm going up there, besides just to play a fucking holiday show with my friends, you can go listen to that episode. But yeah, that holiday show is going to be pretty badass, man. It's up in Tacoma. I don't know what the cover's going to be. It's going to be myself, James Honeycutt, Stoned Evergreen Travelers, and Bloodfire and Rainwater. And Mr. Tony and Jack Rainwater have been helping out with a lot of this stuff that's going on up there that I'm working on. So big kudos to them. Yeah, I just want to thank everybody. I love it. I'm pretty stoked to be going to Tacoma. Hopefully the weather stays good. It's getting colder than shit. This morning my fucking goddamn windshield was frosted up again, and it was cold today. It's sunny and clear, but it's getting to be the time of year where the sunnier and the clearer it is, the fucking colder it is, because there's no clouds to trap in any kind of heat. But yeah, it was fucking chilly today. I'm gonna be sending out the Honeycut CD very soon. We're down to days now. The art's done, the tracks are done. Just waiting. So those should be here. I plan to actually have those at the Tacoma show to make it a CD release party as well. So be on the lookout for that. Pretty excited. We got those patches I've been talking about. We could really use some money coming in, so if you guys feel inclined, go buy some stuff off the label store. We've got some CDs by the Travelers, Honeycut's new albums in stock, Felix Thursday's solo albums in stock. I got some Dog Bite merch. So yeah, we got a few things on there, man. We're speaking of Felix Thursday. We're working on the Cheatin' Hearts album. It's coming along pretty good. It's almost there as well. So after I get this Honeycut split done, we'll work on the Cheatin' Hearts greatest hits. And then we'll work on the comp album for the label. Maybe work on doing a couple more live releases. But yeah, so it'll be pretty cool, man. Trying to think of what else might be going on. Joshy P is announcing the lineup for Moonrunners and Thanksgiving. So if I were you, I'd be on the lookout for that. Because after that happens, we're going to be dropping some more news. I'll probably get Mr. Joshy P on an episode of Double Talking not long after that. So, yeah. Let's see, what else do we got going on? That's about it, man, right now. Everything else kind of gridlocked up. Dan will be back. Mr. Dan Effecto will be back soon. I'm going to start working on getting those fucking hoodies finally, man. I will be honest, I am fucking drowning in debt right now. As a matter of fact, I just got off the fucking phone today with another fucking collection company that's fucking trying to take me to fucking court. This time for a goddamn debt from U.S. Bank. Those fucking cocksuckers fucking are sending me to collections for some shit I did when I was 20. Like, fuck, I thought a goddamn statute of limitation drew up on these fucking things, man. It's been goddamn, 13 fucking years or some shit since I had a fucking card through those guys. And on top of that, I tried to pay that fucking debt off. So what had happened is I moved to fucking Seattle from Eugene. And in that time, $80 came up missing out of my fucking bank account. Just vanished. Like a fucking fart in the wind. No explanation whatsoever, but my account got overdrafted. And back then, they wouldn't shut your card off. They were a bunch of fucking crooks. They'd let you run that fucker. So I'm buying a soda. Every time I'm buying a soda or spending $2, I'm ringing up a $35 fucking fee because of that shit. So I ended up overdrafting my account $1,500, and I'm moving to fucking Seattle to go to the Art Institute. I get up there and I find out I'm $1,500 in the hole of the U.S. Bank. That's how I fucking started my stay in Seattle. So my stay in Seattle was fucked the whole year and a half I lived there, because it was just fucking terrible, man. But it's just one thing after another in that fucking town. But that's how I started it there. So anyways, then I had a credit card that was like $500 through too. And then I kept getting interest because I couldn't fucking pay it. Well, finally, and then on top of that, each day that you're in debt to them, they charge you like fucking $10 or some shit. So then I'm getting a fucking fee every goddamn day because my fucking account is overdrafted. So that racks up a few $100 more. And then my financial aid loans are fucking late, and there's some paperwork that needs to be signed, and it was a mailing game and a faxing game with my mom, so it's taking more time. I should have had a check from fucking FAFSA and Sally Mae when I got to fucking Seattle, but I had to wait like a month and a half. So I was so fucking poor up there, and fucking Kelly fucking Holland, I think that's how you say her name, and Ben Terrell's living with them. I was just like such a useless piece of shit. But anyway, so finally when that check came in, I walked into fucking US Bank, and I'd actually called them up and told them, shut my fucking account off so you can stop charging me money every day. Just fucking shut it off. So they did. And I went in there and I said, hey, I'm gonna fucking pay you guys the money I owe you. Cash this check for me. I'll pay you, and I'll walk out of here, and we'll be done with this. And they told me, we can't cash that check. We need you to open up another bank account, and we need you to sign this paperwork that says we're allowed to take this amount of money out of your bank account every month until you're paid off, and you'll have a 10% interest on this. And I was like, no, I'm going to pay you the money I owe you, and I'm going to go fucking get a different bank account because you guys fucking suck my ass. Like, I am fucked because of you. Go fuck yourself. I don't want to do business with you anymore. So they would not cash my fucking check so I could fucking pay them the fucking $1,700 fucking dollars I owed them. So I told him, I said, alright, I said, if you don't want to cash my check, I'm gonna go down the street to fucking the check cashing place, and I'm going to pay them 10% of a $3,000 check. So I'm going to pay them $300 to cash this fucking check. And you guys can go fuck yourself. And good luck finding me. Well, 13 years later, they finally found me. This shit isn't even on my credit score. It's not on nothing. So it's fucking crazy to me that they found me. But they agreed to drop everything down. And by the time it was all said and done, they wanted like $2,200. And they dropped it down to $800. So I'm like, dude, just fucking, let's just get it over with. Like, so anyways, yeah. So financially, I've been fucked. On top of owing, a few bands some money, trying to get these hoodies done, trying to get merch done, and just owing. I owe fucking people money, like not bands but personal friends and stuff money too. So it's been rough. I'm always pretty honest with you. Like I'm sure a lot of people are like, wow dude, that's fucked, you shouldn't talk about that kind of shit. Well, that's who I am, and I don't give a fuck. I could walk around acting like I'm fucking sunshine and roses 24 hours a day and everything's fucking grand while I put myself millions of dollars in debt, or this and that, the other thing. Make things seem like they're not as bad, or they're great when I'm really struggling. And probably bigger, I don't know. Anyways, last week's episode was first week we did an artist, I want to thank Mr. Zach Kincaid for hooking us up with the track and being a good sport and filling out the question. Mr. Sean Oliver out of Canada is our artist of the week this week, and he just texted me back with the answer to his questionnaire. Pretty fucking excited about that. I met Sean a long time ago when I was doing Dogwater Radio, and he's used to be in a band called Uncle Sean and the Shifty Drifters, which I actually, from what I understand, from what he was telling me, it's still basically that band, but he just calls himself Sean Oliver now for probably the same reasons. I mean, there's been times where I've thought about shaking the dog bite name, but it's become a kind of a part of me now. But I've always thought about it because I kind of don't like the earlier shit that I did. I don't like being considered the foul-mouthed country boy, you know? I don't like being associated with songs like Nothing from Love But Drunk and Kamikaze anymore, because that's not who I am. And that's not the kind of songwriter I want to be known as, because I take songwriting serious, man, and I think so does Sean. I think he's kind of in the same place. We came from a time where Hank 3 was really big, so it was really popular to be like, Dirk, Dirk, Dirk. You know, and I'm not taking away from Hank 3 either. He's a hell of a songwriter and hella great too, and he just likes to pop a crowd. And sometimes popping a crowd is talking about drinking, doing drugs, and fucking chicks, and, you know, fucking the sheriff's wife and shit, you know. But I'm just kind of over that shit now. A little bit older, too old for it. And I think Sean's probably kind of feeling the same way. Because judging by his new album, he's taking himself a little bit more serious than he used to. He's always a hell of a songwriter, man. He's got a great voice, a lot of great things going for him. So glad to see him back out doing it. So this song and this week's artist is Sean Oliver. He's out of Canada. I can't remember where. Pardon me for not remembering Sean. And I just got back his questionnaire that I sent him. Let's see. What song did I pick? Oh, I can't remember what song he picked. Anyways, I guess you'll find out what song he picked. So anyways, enjoy that. Enjoy the questionnaire. Maybe we'll get him on the show, the new show, one of these weeks, so we can talk about stuff. Have a good fucking week, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Remember what I said. Love yourself. Love each other. If you need anything, if you're feeling down, hit me up. I'm here for you. And I think if you really look, I think a lot more people are there for you than you think. You just got to talk about it. So, all right. Well, I'm home now. I talked for a long time. It's been a long episode. I'll see you guys next week. Oh, this week's episode of Double Talking, I think. The guest on this week's episode will be Mr. James Honeycat. So, tune into that.
I just let them haunt me. These ghosts of familiarity. They flow through these hallways, teasing and taunting me. Their breath, it frosts the windows, but it fades like the writing left behind. Now I can no longer read it, but the meaning still echoes deep inside. Now when I come down off that cross I bear, there'll be no one left to hold. And when I come down off that cross I bear, there'll be no one left to hold, and there'll be no one left to hold. They are painted pictures of a life I could not lead, but they're high and they protect me from the arrows that are raining down on me. This dust will settle from the wreckage that's piling up round me, and the ashen smoke keeps rising like a signal fire that no one will ever see. And when I come down off that cross I bear, there'll be no one left to hold. And when I come down off that cross I bear,